Hi, I'm Junie. I work in corporate banking at a Japanese financial institution. I look after the global corporates for the bank, the large local corporates and the multinational corporates. I co-founded BoardAgender together with a few other ladies. We launched in 2011. Essentially, it's to create awareness on the economic benefits of having more women on boards, and also the importance of building a senior women leadership pipeline. I joined Financial Women's Association after it was formed. I was the president for 2 years, and it was a time where we wanted to build a network of women in banking and finance, and even in insurance. We went out to get as many members as possible, and we tried to create an ecosystem where networking was really part of what we wanted to do. As a senior woman in banking, I think it did take quite a while in terms of gaining that experience, and also the confidence and credibility to get to where I am currently. I think a lot of people supported me as well. The drive behind having BoardAgender really is to make it a natural thing to have women on boards, because right now we seem to be pushing for women to be on boards, but honestly there's so many talented and capable women. It's just that they haven't been given the opportunity. So if I'm in a position to give an opportunity to someone, I would want to give that opportunity. To promote women in senior management, we invited, last year was the SG50, so we decided to have SG50 champions. So these are the CEOs of organizations and corporations, and we invited them to say, would you support our cause? And all of them agreed to sign a pledge to say that they would help to advance women into senior management, and enable them to succeed as well. So we engage them, we invite them for events, for talks, essentially to share with the potential directors that we've identified, so that they'll be known. Because some of the people are saying that, we don't know the ladies, we can't put them on boards because we don't know them, or they are not credible. So we want to break that myth. When we first started, it was about 6.4% of women on boards. That's really quite sad. So every year we've been inching, but it's really glacial, the growth. And most recently it's 9.5%. We still haven't hit the double digit, and I personally hope that it will be 20% in year 2020. We've had some success. There would be listed companies who would come to me, and I would refer the ladies to them for consideration. I'm quite conservative in a way, so nothing too risky if I do invest. And I suppose I started in my 20s or 30s, but I also collect some art, so I've sold a couple of them at a profit. As part of my investments, I invest in small, maybe corporate bonds and fixed deposits. Really very conservative, I must say. Art investment is something, it's really personal in that sense. There is no fix. Maybe some art investors will say that there are some fixed rules, but for me it's really if I like the painting. Of course, it helps if the painter is a little bit well known, perhaps. Then if you want to sell it in the market, then there'll be buyers. But really, I buy to keep because I like the paintings. Well, a man is not a financial plan. Of course, if you marry someone who is quite savvy, who knows his finances, then that's of course very helpful. But I think you should always have your own funds, your own personal funds that you can you can deploy in times of need. If you are married, then yes, I like the fact that a couple works together for financial goals. I think that's important because it helps bind the couple together as well. As an individual, you must also know your own finances for the future. We should try to avoid, for example, taking home loans until 65 or something. You can try and speed up the repayment, have that goal, because I think when you're financially free, financial freedom is sweet. I'm very sure it is. So I think it's important for us to work towards that goal. So you should have like a retirement nest egg, and you should plan as early as possible. Just to share, so I spoke to a few friends and friends who are in insurance, because they would be a little bit knowledgeable about your personal finances and how you plan for retirement. So from there, I bought like an endowment, I bought a savings plan. So sometimes when I receive a check, I'm very happy because it was a savings plan that I did maybe about 10 years ago. So I think it's good if you have a friend that you can share with, or a friend who is knowledgeable. Just sit down and talk to a friend, or even like a banker, I suppose, a personal banker, to start you off. You can read as well. Information is very accessible, and really it's to ask. And if you want a little bit of risk, you can look at bonds. But I know, unless it's a retail bond, if it's a corporate bond, the size is very big. So it's probably a goal that you want to aim for. I just believe in saving money bit by bit. I like the accumulative effect of it. And if as a couple, I've also seen how couples can grow money twice as fast. The compounding effect is quite amazing as a couple. So if you're newly married, make sure you have that conversation. It's always very difficult to talk about money, but be comfortable in speaking to your husband or your wife, if you are a gentleman watching right now, about finances, because I think that's important. I am involved in quite a lot of volunteer work. I think my work life is also very, very hectic. I travel a lot for work. So sometimes people ask me how I juggle my time. I'm actually this gymnast. I'm in the air. Everything is up in the air. I try to land properly and catch them. But I think the spiritual aspect for me is also very important. And I tell people, it's like God first, and family, and then career. So at the end of the day, when you're on your dying bed, really it's a family that you want to see. I'm happy to go home. Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, I think it's important.